Today we're going to be working on campusing. There's a few things that I really want to mention first, and that's kind of like the rudiments of campusing. Who should be campusing, who shouldn't be campusing. You really don't need to be campusing unless you are, unless you've been climbing for 2 years or so. Definitely shouldn't be campusing if you're 15 and younger. We don't want to injure any of your growth plates or anything like that. Unless you happen to be some super prodigy, climbing like V7, V8 or, whatever. We don't really start campusing when we first start climbing. You're just going to injure yourself. So campusing is all about kind of plyometric exercises, power, just getting really strong. A few things of note. We want to really focus on our hand position. So if you don't know, you have a few different hand positions. You have open, half crimp, and then full crimp. And full crimp being where you wrap the thumb over the fingers. Full crimp is where you're most likely to injure yourself, and we're definitely not going to do that on the campus board whatsoever. Same thing goes for the hangboard. Even in your climbing, just a little side note, you want to try to avoid the full crimp if you can. Sometimes you do need it, and those are kind of rare situations, but on the campus board, never. So that being said, there's a few different workouts that you can do. The two really basic ones are ladders and bumping. Ladders being where you just go up, kind of alternating. You can throw some matches in there. And then bumping being you just keep one hand low and you just move the hands up, okay? I'm not going to give any specific workouts today. I really urge you guys to check out articles on campusing. Everybody's different, so I can't just give you one workout. You're gonna really have to do that research by yourself. Tension climbing, which is the company that made these rungs, they have a really good Campus 101 article, and that's a great one to check out to kind of just figure out, what it's all about and what to do, what not to do, as well as breaking down a few general workouts. We have a few different size campus rungs. We have some big slopers, which are really good to do starting out just because it's super open-handed. And then we have 3 different size crimp ledges things, small, medium, large. At our gym, we have 10 rungs, and we also have 9 or 10 half rungs in between those rungs. So you can use all of them, you can use some of them, mix and match. We also have some slipper balls over on the far left side. That's another open-handed training one, very generous. We also want to make sure that we are warmed up before we ever start campusing. Warm up, stretch. I personally like to get some climbing in, do it at the end of the workout. And we also want to make sure we are not going to exhaustion. We don't want to do it till failure. You're just asking for it. Another big thing is to make sure you're controlled in all your movements. So you want to make sure that you have no kind of jerky motions, you're not falling onto yourself, none of that. And a good way to do that is to engage the shoulders. I believe it's your scapular region that you want to focus on, and just kind of, your typical lock off per se, all right? Engage the core, use the legs. please, please, please just be very aware of what you're doing. If you start to feel any sort of pain or fatigue, exhaustion, just go ahead and stop. It's better to do one good rep than 20 bad reps. All right, you're just asking for injury. Okay, so that's kind of the basics. In future episodes, we might go through some actual workouts. But today I just wanted to get some basic information to you guys. So again, don't be camping if you just started out climbing. You should be climbing for a very long time and a pretty decent climber before you ever hop on. It's a good idea to use the foot rungs that we have at the bottom starting out. It's also good to just kind of do some pull-ups before you actually start doing any of the bumping or the ladders. Okay. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bring some donuts for the setters, and enjoy.